Stop it.
This is all fucking gold content. This is the way the podcast is starting, Gary. Hello, I'm Gary Black.
Is this how you want it to start?
Every week.
Behave.
Fine. Okay, so that's all that can
No,
be in.
no,
That's
right,
fine.
right. Start properly now.
So do you want me to start the normal way, or do you want me to...
Don't you raise your voice to me.
I'm...
Sit down.
Gary, you're in charge.
fucking bastard.
Fucking rent free in your head, mate.
So we have a new Patreon subscriber this week.
Yay!
So we've never done that before.
No, but this one's a good one.
So-
Give their real name.
Yeah, Ian McCracken, one of the Trample Bat posse.
Is this Ian with a single eye
that just joined
Is this Beef?
Yes, he's joined the Brexit Dad chat as well.
Thanks for the contribution, Beef, and has just been a listener and never been in contact.
Oh, he's been listening since the dark days when we used to record it in a guitar band rehearsal room.
But just over there?
Yeah.
Well, Beef, thanks very much.
See, when you say
Really appreciate
when it
that.
was recorded over there, you mean a completely different podcast before using you and me and nothing to do with this current podcast that we do? Good.
To Beef,
Good.
you're a new guy.
Yeah. No, to
He's
be
been listening to that long.
disagree.
Techno Peter's back as well.
Yes.
It's funny how I came along and we started making money. That's all I'm saying.
That's why we call you John Money Walker.
How's the betting podcast going?
Really good. Have you seen my picks the last couple of weeks?
I can't believe he went to do justify himself.
I've been good, mate.
So we've been getting quite a few extra people picking up the Patreon in the last few weeks, which is lovely to see.
We really appreciate it, and it takes the pressure off the people that have been consistently there giving us a hand. We appreciate you all. It's always me that says the thank yous, eh?
Because you're the most sincere.
Catholic schools, mate. Right. Who's dead?
The first death we have this week is Patrick Day,
Oh, the boxer.
the boxer.
Have you seen it, Gary?
I don't know who he is. I've not heard anything.
See,
about
of
him.
all the things that you two send me to look at and that you look at online, how would you not have looked at a boxer being knocked out to the point of death?
Because I always assume you're going to tell me about it.
Because it feels as if he watches the tweet with the video on it, he doesn't like to scan pay-per-view.
I was talking about this yesterday, and somebody who genuinely watches every Netflix misery porn, as you call it, Conroy,
Right.
like the girl that had been raped. What's the new?
There's a really good one on called I Can't Believe They Tampered With Us.
But like, I had just asked in passing, have you seen the knockout? And they go, why would I want to watch someone getting killed? And you're like, you've just watched an 8-part Netflix documentary on a person who alleged rape. I watched a 13-second clip. The guy had been knocked down 3 times in the first 4 rounds. He probably shouldn't have been still in the ring at the time against a guy who's won 11-11 and knocked out 10 people.
Was it one of those ones where he was just set up to be a punch bag for a guy on his way to...
No, because he was only 27. He's got a good record, but the guy's 11-0 that he was fighting, who has knocked out 10 people, and one of them's dead. So
Do you get extra points for that?
I don't know, but I feel like KO doesn't quite tell the story.
You're needing another call.
Yeah, KO doesn't mean killed off.
But yeah, but that's the thing. The guy's 21 years old that knocked him out, so he's probably now, I'd imagine, going to have a lot of psychological damage or not going to fight again.
Or he's going to be a shit hot coach.
You can't take any like feedback off anyone. The fuck do you know? I killed a guy.
He's at least moved himself one place up the rankings.
He was already above him, to be fair.
26. Where was the fight?
In America. I don't know whereabouts.
America. Was that a big fight? Was
Not
it for
in
a belt? Oh.
Not in Illinois. Am I saying it right this time?
Aye. I couldn't let you say what you said.
What did I say?
Illinois?
Probably.
Really?
Even though the fact I know that it's Illinois, I don't know why I said
Illinois.
It was
Illinois.
it was something sort of New Orleans.
But on the
Tinged. Illinois.
Charles Cornwell, who's the guy who killed him, which is how I'm going to refer to it because he never knocked him
I
out.
think we
Killed
should
him.
start calling him Mr. Cornwell.
Mr. Yeah. Fuck. Hope he's not listening.
Dr. Conwell.
But it says next to his profile on like one of the boxing websites, banned by the state of Illinois. And I'm like, oh,
But you're still on Twitter.
What for? But yeah, he's not alive anymore. But it's fucking... do you know what? It's not any more horrible than any boxing knockout I've seen before.
Yeah.
Like, it's that way where the body's completely stiff. Their neck's like as if it's trying to hold up its whole body. It's all uncomfortable. But it looks like every knockout I've seen before.
So, did he die on impact?
2 days later.
2 days later.
See, I've always thought about this. Like, see in movies where the goodie punches somebody just hard enough to knock them out.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that's just enough to knock them out?
Well, wasn't there was a guy in Glasgow a few years ago that get done because some guy was hassling one of his female friends and he punched him and killed him?
I guess you're more than likely, if you catch somebody in the jaw and they go out, you're not going to kill them.
Is it Australia?
Yes.
That has the law that's culpable if you hit somebody in the head, then it will be treated as murder.
Well,
It's like attempted murder.
That's the exact punch.
Yeah, but maybe, do you know what kind of, if there is a fight, somebody gets punched and they don't die?
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 punches to the side of the head above the ear that he catches him with. That's why it's just proper fucking brain damage.
That's the last place that you think you're going to get killed.
A clip round the ear.
Aye.
Literally a clip round the ear.
There's quite a few deaths this week. Obviously, that's a sad one, a sporting person taking in their
27. The next one.
The next one is Gustav Guerneth.
Oh, one of these. Double G.
Super Centurion?
Super Centurion.
Again, the curse of the world's oldest man strikes
We've done
again.
it.
We've done a few of these.
Done them before.
Yep. So Step Up Shietsu Watanabe.
That's the one. Although there's been a lot of Asian and African oldest men that have never been able to prove their age.
I heard that Shiatsu Watanabe was the next one that was going to fight Conroy.
A ringer.
Aye. A ringer.
Yeah.
See, when you're a boxer that's killed somebody, you know there's some dodgy promotion company like behind you going, look, can we just, like, I know it's a sad story, but we could really use this to get a big fight. You've just killed a guy. Can we bank on it?
And that's why Fury's going into WWF.
Yeah, you're running scared. Is that what you mean?
No, we're not doing this. There's no WWF, no Pokemon, no FIFA this week. I'm getting messages of people mate. Going, you hang about with wee fucking guys.
You do? Through choice?
Contractual obligation.
Just the same mates like booked holidays in their own name and stuff and had to pay more to go on holiday.
Same mates.
Cool. I'm not passing any judgment, I'm just saying.
Oh, no, it was Ralph.
Oh, wait. Since when did
the Nelly doesn't listen to us.
Look, the listeners already know Ralph has his cool badges, right? He doesn't need constant validation that he's better than people.
I just seen you try to sneak it in there. Like, it was in the Brexit Dads chat last week, Gary. You were desperate to start sharing YouTube videos of your music tastes, and that is not on. It's not going to fucking happen.
Was it I don't even think it was my music taste.
I'm just going to put this in here and see what you guys think of it. The reason it's got 482 views in 8 years is because it's utter gammon.
It's because Gary said 482 phones in that time.
Yeah.
You stay awake when I'm slagging you. These long days are taking it out of me.
Really. So, how long do you think old Chitetsu will last? He's 112. He's quite a bit younger than Gustav was.
In his prime, some would say.
Mm-hmm. Young whippersnapper.
That's it.
What is it? How old was Gustav?
114.
Well done, Gustav.
112 is a new 57 in Japan.
Who else have we had? Taras Kutnovi.
This is just a Ukrainian politician.
It's just made up.
Ukrainian politician, 43, who helicopter crash. Anytime it's a politician near Russia, helicopter crash, it's somebody they wanted dead.
Why is MDB any money or power still getting on helicopters? It is an utter fool's vanity project. Going, should we take the chopper?
A helicopter's a rich man's saxophone.
That's true.
There you go.
That's true. And it was Ukraine as well, where they were producing the reeds.
Yep.
Full circle. Netflix documentary in the making. Death of the saxophonist.
If we get one more.
And the last one is Marieke Vervoot.
Well, we're really hitting the A-list this week. It's like the fucking Grammys in that notepad there, Gary.
It's the first, it's the only name I recognise in the whole list.
See it again?
Marieke Vervoot.
Oh, right.
She won gold medal at the Paralympics in London 2012 as a Belgian wheelchair racer.
Okay.
She also was a Belgian wheelchair racer.
I was going to say she
didn't
wasn't
just win a gold medal as it.
Yeah.
That's what she was.
It's like Usain Bolt.
Do you think able-bodied people should be able to compete in wheelchair races?
You know, I've thought that myself. Why not? It would be its own thing, but it's not any different from rowing or cycling.
Yeah,
I've honestly never thought about it.
Compete in mixed races with people running and people in wheelchairs, but able-bodied wheelchair races. Why not?
like should John be able to compete at wheelchair basketball?
Why
at
are you
Olympic
always?
level?
Why is every like story you tell has got me ending up in a wheelchair? Every single one.
Because you're the sporty one. It's
But
more likely to happen to you.
I'm quite sprightly in a wheelchair. I think I could hold my own in a wheelchair race.
No, this is all you just want in a wheelchair now, guy.
Right, what happened to Marieke?
So after the Rio Olympics in 2016, she won a silver and a bronze in 2 different distances.
Okay.
And the interviewer after her said, "So what are you going to do now?" And she said, "Well, you know, I've got a very debilitating disease. It's getting worse. So I think
the silver and bronze showed that.
I think I've won a gold, I've won a silver, I've won a bronze, and now I'm going to try to end my life." And the interviewer panicked and didn't know what to do.
Well,
But that's what 20. That's 3 years later. She's now assisted suicide.
In Belgium,
In
where I
Belgium.
didn't realise it was legal.
You can do anything in Belgium. Belgium is the fluorescent vest of nations.
Can do a lot of. Can you do a lot of mountain climbing? It's quite
No.
flat, Belgium.
no.
Switzerland, you're thinking of. You can do anything.
That's
in.
true. Yeah.
Toblerone and premature death.
Do we know if there was any sort of legal case that she was fighting as to why it was 3 years, or did she just say, "No, this is the
No,
point"?
I think even in countries where it's legal, it's a very long process to go through. It's not just like you turn up.
You
at
need
the
to be
clinic.
sure.
Do you think it's just off-putting? You sure you want to end your life? Because we're giving you 12 months and it takes 2.5 years to
Well,
get through the
Well, I
paperwork.
think
You need-
Switzerland operate the Craig David model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a flight in on Monday, take a bath on the Tuesday.
I think you have to go through several layers of obviously lawyers and consultants and psychologists and stuff like that. So it takes
See
years.
when I become a
Took a
famous,
flight on a Monday.
a famous politician, I'm going to put forward a assisted suicide bill that's just called the Craig David method.
But I think more and more countries are getting on board with the assisted suicide ways.
Do you know what? See countries getting on board with stuff. Did you send me a link about a drugs bust in the Vale of Leven, an
Yes.
industrial estate?
It's ongoing as we speak.
Right, you see that? Right, what is the rundown of the story?
Police are on the scene. There's a industrial estate in the Vale of Leven in which a large amount of cannabis has been found in an industrial warehouse.
Right,
The end.
right. See if they charge those people and then they decriminalise.
Uh-huh.
This is the absolute worst time to get caught with anything in your possession.
also
See this fucking limbo period before they go, do you know what, it's decriminalised, fucking chill. We're going to help people with the gaps that drugs are filling.
You too can become a legitimate businessman.
I'm going. But the first thing I was like, oh fuck, this is the absolute worst time to get busted.
Well, no, but that'd still be illegal though, having that much surely. And
Not if you.
No, the reason it will be illegal is because you'll not be a licensed producer.
Yeah.
The licenses
right,
will
okay.
all go to people that have already got money. It's the big problem that they've got with it in America, where a predominantly white business market are making money off of the inroads that were made by Mexicans, Latinos, and African Americans that are still currently in jail.
Mike Tyson is the most successful weed seller in America, though.
Is he?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, genuinely. So
There you go.
Yeah, but he's not got the most successful weed selling app.
does he not?
No, remember there was an explosion and every rapper wanted to have their own game where you could control their farm.
No.
No? Did that pass you by? Must have just been me.
Yep. Pass you by, Conroy. Cool.
Grand Farm
No.
Auto.
No, wait, but decriminalisation doesn't mean that would be No, because decriminalisation is that you wouldn't put to jail anyone with it. It doesn't mean we're going to legally sell it, no.
So that would still be...
Yeah.
So that would, but at the time being what we're trying to pass, that would still be like totally illegal. Because there wouldn't be anyone with licence to sell. It's just if you're caught in possession of personal use up to
I think we're
30
past
bags.
that point. I think if they legalise it now, they would legalise it for sale.
But that isn't what they're talking about.
Yeah. Wait till Brexit happens and the American deal come in. Our weed companies need access to your country.
Mate, it's the
Gary's
it's the Colombians we want to speak to.
We definitely do.
How will they know if there's a market there?
Thorough research.
Glasgow City Centre has the cleanest unused club toilets. Has this toilet ever been used? Just a groove worn out in the ceramic.
Excellent hygiene all over the city centre.
Ugh. Who else popped into my head? What is that story about the transgender cyclist? It sounds like the type of story you'd be writing, topic, Gary.
Not really.
Marginalised niche group. Somebody's obviously wrong.
There's a cyclist.
Is it Madden? Rachel Madden?
Yeah. Some Rachel something. Trans woman who is taking the semi-pro cycling circuit by storm by smashing every record that's ever held by a woman.
Right. I came up with a fixer list during the week. You've got the male competition. You've got the female competition. Then you've got in the middle competition.
The problem, the problem is because
I'm not listening.
Because they are women, then they should be able to compete as women.
That's
because they are women.
Because they are women.
Well, see all the people that are because they are women. Because they are women, you can have your own competition. You can break all those records.
But the Olympics.
That's what the women's sport is for. For all women.
But the Olympics have already spoken out on this.
Describe a woman.
Well, I'm not saying that I agree. I'm just saying that's what the issue is.
I seen a report today where a woman lost her case when she sued a beauty salon because the beauty salon refused to wax her testicles.
Yeah. Did it lose?
I lost.
I'm surprised and slightly relieved.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah. The Olympics have set the standard for this.
Right, I'm listening.
The Olympics have removed...
I've got the fucking best name for this. So
all transgendered women who have broken all the weightlifting records recently, they've removed all the records and said, nope, trans people cannot compete in the other sexes format. They just can't.
It funny. So many of them want to enter into the world of professional sport.
Yeah. Well, this guy,
careful.
The once man was like he was successful. He was like the 23rd best powerlifter, which in a planet of 8 billion is quite good. And moved into transitioned into being a woman and broke all the records by far, which then caused all the women to go, that's not fair. It's just not fair. So the Olympics have had to now say there are women who have committed 20 years to this format, and somebody's moved over at 34 from male to female.
The women are welcome to graft a penis and a set of testicles onto themselves and compete in the men's.
It's the testosterone levels don't match up. No hormone blockers or hormone aids are going to help you. It just sticks as you are. The bone density stays the same. They cannot compete in sport. It's just that.
I read a thing the other day that was saying that the across all athletic sports, the average male at 14, the best males at 14 are beating the women's all-time world records.
Right. I don't know if this is going to be a shitty thing to say, and in 40 episodes' time I'll regret, like Chris then, I'll regret what Chris now
But you've already said the thing that when we become famous has fucked us anyway, so it's fine.
Aye, probably.
When one of those Guinness cans are opened.
We live in a time where if you feel your consciousness is trapped in the wrong gender body, we live in a time where that can be changed.
Which is medically not proven to exist.
But see for that to happen, and for you to get a chance of happiness to then go, oh, but I want to be the world champion, is kind of
But I mean, it's a weird one because this is where it's going to be awful.
Right, it's like being a fucking boxer. It's like being Conroy and want to fight your gran. But I want to punch the dementia patients. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
really want to punch a dementia patient.
There seems to be people out looking to exploit the difficult and hard-won rights of real trans people.
Who and how does anyone define?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it?
There's a massive rise in reverse trans ops now.
Is there?
Like there's been
it's like, see when you go for a tattoo,
there's been
but
like,
you could get it removed in there as well.
Obviously, that statement in itself makes sense because there's just been a rise in trans operations.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's been like in America, it's like something like 14% over the last. There's been a 14% rise over the last year in people who have reversed back to the original. And you go, yes, because you've made it so that people can't actually do a psychological test on someone to say, are you sure this is what? Because you've got 14-year-olds who probably just get bullied at school who now go, I think I'm in the wrong body. You go, are you sure you're not just a 14-year-old being bullied at school? And there's maybe something else we need to think about first before we decide to cut your dick off and take it from there. And then when you're 18, you go, this wasn't what I wanted.
I was just gay.
Without being that literally something like that, where you go, or is it the case of you'd rather be
but how can you not see, like you see the competitors that are I think MD should be able to do anything that they want that's
just not professionally
physically possible, but there does seem a disproportionate amount of people that then want to go and compete at things. You must know, you're not going, what, I'm going to get a fucking massive unfair advantage. I'm 6'2" and I've got triceps.
Yeah. See if you're a man that wants to transition into women and you also enjoy basketball, as a caveat to you living in a society where you can be treated as a female and have an operation to change to a female, you're going to have to give up one liberty, which is you can no longer play basketball. You just can't, unfortunately. That's a shame.
Professional monetary, you can play it for fun.
You play it for fun.
For the love of the game.
But these people want to go into Olympic competition and powerlift and break records.
Right, and I want to call it Trans World Sports.
Is that why that stopped airing?
Yep.
Was difficult, isn't it? Because when you come at it from the other way and say, you know, if it was your family member who...
Yeah, literally coming a different way.
If it was your family member who decided to come out as trans and wanted to start transitioning, but wanted the opportunity to play sport, where's...
No, but it's funny how often these two things meet.
So you're saying that there's something wrong with sports people?
No, I'm saying a lot of people are doing it so that they can be world fucking champion.
Yeah. I don't know. People are lazy though.
Right, Gary, I come to you and I say, do you know what? I think I'm going to get the change. I'm going to go for it. I want to live as a woman. I'm going to get the operation. I'm also want to be the world champion boxer. I go, why you tell me these two things now, Chris? At the same fucking time? When you're in your fucking prime?
So how long have you had to have had the ambition to be the world champion
No,
boxer?
it doesn't matter.
No, I think, see if you've been doing the sport and you've had your arse handed to you in the mail.
Aye.
See if you've... See the cyclist, and I wish her the fucking best of luck in life, right? But see, unless she was winning big races in the male section, look at a cyclist, Pippa York, who won races as Robert Miller.
Mm-hmm.
So Robert Miller, a fantastic cyclist from Glasgow. Very quiet, introverted, was often seen as, kind of, having a lot in his mind. Finished his career and then transitioned into Pippa York. Pippa York does a lot of commentary work, writes a lot of articles, and has been taken into the community. And she answers questions about Robert Miller's career They know they're the same person. It works. See if Robert Miller at 28 had said I want to transition, had won races, you go, fair enough. But there seems to be an awful lot of people in their prime or just out of it going, no, I'm going to compete.
That or if you've killed someone in a car accident, sex change's a good move. But yeah, there's loads of people who want to transition.
I've just realised it's one of those subjects we know fuck all about.
Well, here's the problem. Like, if this...
No, we do. They shouldn't be allowed
because we've been males that have been really poor at sport. It just never had the guts.
You just have to give up competing in sport.
If this was a 1970s podcast back in the day, there would have been...
Oh, careful, guy. Not the M word.
No.
Well, there would have been people arguing about, is it right that gay people can compete in sports because I don't want to catch AIDS off them? And people would have gone, yeah, you're right. That's a reasonable...
Yeah, but gay people had no physical advantage as far as we know.
I don't know. I think they do.
I think women are getting... I think women are getting it from both angles. Look at Caster Semenya.
Mm-hmm.
She's going, you've got too much testosterone. But we're going to let this dude with a fanny compete.
But they're not now. That's what the Olympics have now said. You're not allowed to compete in your transition sport.
3 magical words champions, trans world sport. You put it on at 12 o'clock on a Saturday.
But
that couldn't go ahead though, because it'd still be dangerous.
What?
What if you'd have somebody who twice transgendered sex? So they went back to the original. Are they now transgender?
So they were bi-trans.
Are they now back to the original, but are they now trans because they've changed again?
Transferred.
It's not just a fucking default. You're not going back to factory settings. You're transitioning again, aren't you? Because you'll have taken hormone blockers. You'll have had an operation.
I don't think it works like that.
What part? Because everything I just said does work like that.
If we're saying that you can't transition and change everything that's happened to you before, if you decide to transition back, then you've gained no advantage from doing so.
Except you've got hundreds of medals.
Yeah.
And a pile of crying women that never made it to the podium.
Yeah.
I'm
going to stay on the side of the Olympics and female competitors who don't want to compete against people who were formerly men.
That makes you and
transphobe,
all of us TERFs.
What's that?
Trans exclusionary reactionary feminist. And
it doesn't make us that.
Well, it would.
On what grounds?
If people,
that's what they would shout at you in Twitter.
If people,
oh no,
yeah. But there are trans women threatening women on Twitter with like baseball bats covered in blood, saying this is what TERFs get.
Which is a pretty male thing to do.
It's almost it's almost like there's some of that male DNA left over, that aggression.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other study? Was it on domestic abuse that's came in, the massive rise in domestic abuse and same-sex lesbian relationships, but a high proportion of them are transgendered females.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, it's alarming, the domestic abuse, and it is. Then lesbian couples are getting really annoyed by it because there's words that I can't think, but
we just want to.
There's now like a stigma that in
cool with our cats.
Then lesbian couples, there's a lot of domestic abuse, and they're saying, well, it's not actually. These are actually transition males. So it's not even men. We're actually
just raging about their fanny.
The only problem with men.
What did you put my fucking clit there for? So even when a man's got one, still doesn't know how to work it.
See, as free men, we did about 90% of that.
Susan's before she got. I seen Susan's. Hers was perfect. Mine's just like a fucking couch.
You brought it up, guys.
Tracy, does that look right to you? Oh, shut the fuck up.
It's a sensitive issue.
And
that people have very strong feelings about.
That's because the people it relates to. Aye.
Because it's personal, but I'll tell you what, see, choosing to fucking take medals off of people in a competitive sense is fucking ridiculous. And I don't really feel that strongly about it, but I can hear my voice getting higher. So, R.I.P. Marieke.
If a trans woman comes along
And falls in a wood.
is stronger and faster than all the other female competitors,
She get moved up a division.
why is that such a bad thing?
What?
It's an unfair biological advantage.
But it's not, because she's just the fastest and strongest woman.
How many women hold the fastest 100 metres time if you take away sex? 0. Fastest women's like what? 15th fastest male record?
Mm-hmm. That's less than that.
That's the advantage.
No, but they're women.
I think they should be able to...
They are the fastest women.
Think of who's...
Right, see if it's athletics,
Uh-huh.
I think they should need to carry their heaviest parent, because it's them that's fucked them up. They've gave them the wrong chromosome.
Can we also
so see if you want to run the 100 metres and you're trans sex, you want to go from male to female, you need to carry your dad.
It's the sad thing about it is it's such a small part of the argument, but it's become a big, huge focal point for it.
Right.
Like, there's obviously trans people that have real problems being accepted by society, but it's the sport aspect of it's been totally magnified.
He's went all James O'Brien LBC there, hasn't he? Gary stopped for the day.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to look at things from a different angle and be like, how can we seem less fucking horrible?
I don't think we are, though. We're on the side of the Olympic Commission, and as we know, they do nothing wrong.
But I want to be on the side of everybody. I want to be on the...
That's impossible.
It's not. I don't think it is.
It's impossible.
Right.
Jihadi John's always going to hate you, Gary.
See for millennia.
Uh-huh.
Is that Trump's wife?
And in the past is one of them. And the women's rights movement
mm-hmm.
to have moved along so far and asked for parity.
Yeah.
For then a group of guys to go, I want to be a woman too.
If you're getting rights, I want those rights.
No, it just fucking tramples all. It just fucking walks right over them.
So if you're a man that thinks you're a woman, if you transition, you have to transition into like a 1940s wife. You have to stay at home.
Go back, like fucking.
You have to earn what
like,
they've earned.
Like Quantum Leap.
You don't get to vote. You need to wait for your fucking Emily Pankhurst to appear.
You need to go full Sam Bennett. Fucking. You need to go full Sam Bennett. Fucking live in the deep south of America as a black woman.
Exactly. I will seen with the fucking equal pays getting introduced, that's when men want to change into women. Eh?
Aye.
They waited till that came in, Gary.
You need to be a housemaid in the deep south of fucking Alabama and convince the plantation owner not to beat his son before you can transition into Olympic fucking gold.
Do you know what's amazing? You said this earlier. What's amazing is a lot of people have to like think in like 4 years' time where their growth was, and we get to listen back to an episode like this and go, I've improved.
Oh.
Gary, don't need to worry. Nobody's going to judge you if you have an opinion on this.
No, I do. I agree with exactly what Chris is saying, but I am keen to. I would say we would all
right. See, sorry, Gary.
On you go.
Right, it's the fucking running trope through this. Somebody does well. Stephen Mangan, Benedict Cumberbatch, and I'd make the joke. Oh, it's good to see somebody for the scheme making it. Right. So who fucking Eddie Redmayne, right? Went to Eton. Parents, he's probably related to the fucking Queen. See when Eddie Redmayne wins an Oscar, I don't rate that fucking Oscar. I might enjoy the movie, but he has had all the facilitation, the access, the money, the support, the unfair leg up.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck, you see Eddie Redmayne got an Oscar?
Yeah.
I think, right, for the Stephen Hawking one?
Yep. And for the one where he dressed up as a woman.
Right. Fuck him. Like, Eddie Redmayne's Oscar is the same as me going, right, I want to be a wrestler in the female division. It's taking unfair advantages and it's an unearned medal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this discussion is about.
Yeah.
See the fact that we live in a time if people say, listen, I don't think something's right. Let's move. Let's move forward and change things physically. It's great that we can give people that choice. But do I fucking rate Eddie fucking do I rate Stephen Mankin's positive reviews? No.
Oh, I think all my concern is I would hate somebody to listen to this and think, oh, there's 3 guys that hate trans people.
That's not what happened.
I know, but we spent so long talking about it that I just wanted to reflect back on it and say we're specifically talking about this
individuals,
slim individual cases.
It's the same way why I don't use statements like I love gay people, I like trans, because I don't know them all. There's going to be one that's a cunt, so I will not use blanket statements. These are specific people. Trans people who transition into sports where they have an unfair advantage because of their biological DNA shouldn't be allowed to compete in those sports. That's my only point, and all jokes thereafter. I mean, still hilarious. So,
see, if one of my friends or family, kids, if the worst part of anybody that I would feel sorry about was the thing that we wouldn't be comfortable telling people or that we're going to be judged. You would always want it to go, listen, just say it like it is and we'll deal with it as it comes.
Yeah.
But competitive sport, is I bought your PlayStation. Oh, sorry, I wanted 2 PlayStations.
There's a problem coming up in Scotland.
And it's fucking men.
Aye.
It's
men. And that the SNP have thrown their full weight behind any trans rights that the community say they want. And apparently a lot of the female members that are already in are saying, well, hang on a minute, that's not compatible with what you said.
I'll get them a fucking basketball court and we'll never hear from them again. That was a bit that was too far.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So this is an issue that's going to come to prominence early next year. And we're not qualified to deal with it.
Neither are fucking old politicians who have no experience with trans people are being stuck in a trans body. It's people following a curve of popular opinion and not actually doing any insight or an investigation into what it is. Nicola Sturgeon got interviewed on ITV or Channel 4 about drug policy and drug funding for addiction.
Yeah.
And in every way possible, and I will repeat again, I do not fucking like the SNP. Only because of certain tax policies where I don't understand why they're not hitting the rich. But everything she said made sense, but all they wanted to focus on was the cut of funding.
Yeah.
And she said, we have been doing a 2-year study, which is still going underway, where we've been to Portugal and looked at what they've done with decriminalisation. But all the guy wanted to say was, there's been a rise in deaths, and you cut funding. You're going, yep, but we had to pay for the investigation elsewhere that might help thousands of people.
But you made the point that the way Scotland logs deaths is different for the rest of the UK.
Yep.
You're going to need to elaborate on that. I was kind of like opening it up to you there.
No, I was just saying, yep.
Live coaching. Yeah, I did say something about
yes, Scotland. I was trying to give myself some time to remember what I said.
Can I explain what I said just before we go on? Because my point done after this
fine, John. On you go.
Was that the SNP are actually putting good value in. So see these rights that you're saying they're passing is what they should do is do what they did with the drug thing, which did cost lives. But in the long run, I think it's going to be the right thing. Is they hired people who had backgrounds with addiction, who had therapy backgrounds, who had worked in Portugal when they decriminalised, and they actually studied it and went, we need to learn about this. We can't just give more money to addiction facilities or cut funding to do it. We need to actually look into it and get a good team of people.
What's coming out, though, is that is exactly what they've done here. They've gone to all the trans groups and said, we want to support you. How can we help you? And they've given recommendations for education, health, etc., but not consulted anybody outside about whether that impinges on anything else. So it's going to be quite controversial and cause a lot of arguments, unfortunately.
Well, I hope they're all conducted online.
They will be. And you'll be called a TERF.
And 280 characters or less.
TERF. So how about these 39 people that were murdered and stored in the back of
this is an upbeat podcast.
lorry?
Mate, this is the Netflix podcast they wanted.
So the thing about they came from Bulgaria, went to Ireland and ended up in Wales.
Yep, that's the worst packaged holiday.
Don't you bad MC bastard. You must have some travel agent.
National Express is really going downhill.
So this is what. So see my work. You pass by reception. There's a big TV behind the receptionist, and all I kept seeing was wee bits. So I couldn't figure out if this had been a lorry that had been there for ages, and they just found all these bodies, like in an investigation, or are these murders that have taken place, like probably in the last couple of weeks?
No.
Have they just bodies that have been in this truck?
It's been they've been migrants.
We think they've been migrants. Maybe it's a serial killer truck driver.
That was honestly my thinking.
Is that your theory, Gary?
No.
So it is just somebody trying to transport.
It is just somebody trying to transport migrants.
From where though? If he's coming
Bulgaria.
from Bulgaria to where?
Yeah, but they could have entered Bulgaria.
That's what I'm saying. How so?
Anywhere.
What is
geography not good?
Yeah, what's Bulgaria
Bulgaria's
bordering?
in Eastern Europe, but
what does it border?
When you go south, it goes Romania, Croatia,
Dalmatian coast.
Turkey.
Right,
so if you come from Libya,
you could
go up around the coast through Turkey.
How bad must Bulgaria be that they're trying to come to the UK now?
I know.
Aye.
They're trying to escape all the racism.
I was going to say, was it Bulgaria angling the plane?
39 black people have been found in a van in Holyhead. Is it a van or a lorry?
Because it'll be a lorry.
That's a lorry, aye.
But that's the fucking pro-Brexit media trying to make it that they don't even have lorries in Eastern Europe. Like, why would we want to be a part of that? It was in a 12-year-old Transit.
Aye. And some would call it a big car.
A 15-year-old Subaru whose state has been found in the outskirts of Holyhead.
The reaction's been mixed.
In what way?
On Twitter.
How can this reaction be mixed to anything?
Oh, because some people are like, good, I'm glad they died. They shouldn't be coming to racists.
I don't believe these are even real people.
Van for sale.
Yeah.
I said van. This is an HGV.
A mini MPV.
Yeah, I don't believe those people are real, or they're just really good at trolling.
39 Bulgarians got a taxi to Holyhead. That's all that's happened.
Okay, I'm listening. Oh, I thought it was a joke. No? Right, okay.
Our immigration policies are killing these people because we're making it.
Do you think this is our version of dinghies?
Yeah. We're making it so difficult to enter legally that people are taking more risks. And people traffickers are coming up with more elaborate ways to try and sneak them into the country. Instead of having an open place to come and say, if you want to come here, here's the place to come and actually we'll judge you fairly.
But to be fair, the thing you said is the right thing though.
What?
How bad is Bulgaria that they're coming here in the back of a lorry where they've died in? Like we're not, unfortunately, right or wrong, we're no longer going to be part of the EU, so we're no longer part of a place that you can come here anymore. That's what the law is now. You not get free movement into here anymore.
Yeah, but even if we do have free movement now.
Yeah, but it's going to be removed in a week.
So what's your point?
Why are they trying to come here just now when it's going to be overturned?
Or do you think that because the deadline's there, they're going, this is our last chance to breach the border?
But I think then we're just going to be stricter if we find. God, we're going to see a rise in like use and news of illegals, aliens. That's going to have to now happen in our language, isn't it?
Yeah. Like
comfortably day to day, every news story is going to be finding more and more people.
Well, I don't think it's any more people than have been coming. I think there's still the.
When was the last time you went to fucking Ayr Beach or Portobello and there was people trying to breach the fucking seawall? Do you know what I mean?
Are you implying that's the way in?
Oh,
it's a soft way in.
Mate, they can't cover all the coastline.
Do you
know, statistically, the UK coastline is fucking massive.
Statistically. You know that it can't even agree how long it is?
The coastline?
Mm-hmm. Because it depends on... You basically have to make up a scale to measure it by, and the smaller the scale, the longer it gets, because it becomes more complex.
Right, okay.
I watched a YouTube video about it.
Okay. Was it this wee Chinese boy unboxing a map?
Yeah. The
That video exists, and I'm going to go look for it.
The UK is still the UK is still a very rich, prospective country to come and live in for these people. These people.
This week, Gary Black on These People.
These individuals. People like to think that we're the worst country in the world, but we have things pretty fucking good. And imagine how bad things would have to be for you to go, I'm going to take off on foot and go to Eastern Europe anywhere in the back of a fucking truck, and I'm going to risk my life to go there.
Mate, I'll not walk down to Tesco.
Exactly. So imagine how bad a situation you have to be in.
That's why the Russians will win.
Yeah, because they want it more.
They're hungrier. Literally.
How much money would it take for me to say, John, walk to the middle of Africa with everything you've got on you now? Just go.
I tell you what. See, if you said that to him, there'd be no amount of money. See, if it was for a dementia charity or Macmillan, it'd be all over his Insta.
How much money would I need to give a dementia charity for you to walk to the middle of Africa?
I need to survive when I get there.
You need to survive, and you need to take...
No, when I get there, because I could probably get there, but I'd probably be dead.
No, you need to get there, and as long as you arrive, the money will be deposited.
I don't know.
And it's just whatever you've got on you right now.
Are you funding it?
No, I'm saying I'll put some money in.
You wouldn't get to that fucking end of Argyle Street for trying to catch fucking Pokemon.
I could get to Italy.
How?
Well, I could get to Italy legally fine.
Are we operating on a flat earth model here?
Well, no, I don't. Those 39 cunts didn't walk. They get in a fucking van.
Yeah, once they got to Bulgaria.
Right, well, then I can get a flight to Italy and walk.
Of undetermined size.
Well, I'm flying to Italy and I'm walking into Morocco for there.
How are you going to fly?
How am I not? You didn't say I had to treat myself as if I'm an illegal alien that can't go to the countries. I'm going to book a flight to Italy.
What's the point of this, Gary? Is it getting to Africa or is it the journey?
My point is, things are fucking terrible around the world, and it's not surprising that people want to come here, and that the roadblocks we put in their way are killing people, and it's our fault.
No, the party has been the fucking UK propaganda machine for a couple of 100 years, telling everybody we're the best fucking place in the world, which is patently wrong because we're morally fucking bereft.
There's definitely been a change in there. I know that UK and Ireland, Great Britain, but they've definitely tried to drop that. I feel like every time I see it in the news, it's just Britain or it's United Kingdom.
No, it's the whole Make America Great Again thing. It's the see the fucking headlines this week. Come together and make Brexit happen, or just get it done. Just get it done. You're like, that fucking. Ugh.
Can you not resonate that is exactly what they've done though? Is they've made it so dull. Like you don't even like talking about it on this. That's how they're winning. Is because I'm even myself going, just one way or another. I just want it dealt with.
Even if they did that and they said, John says, let's get it done. Let's all vote for it now, and we pass the deal, and next week we'll leave with the deal. See, the next Monday, we've got 5 years of negotiations.
Yeah.
Every single day, going, oh, we need to negotiate this again. It's never going to end. It's too late.
What was it the politicians were moaning about because they had to read a 100-page document in 3 days?
No, it was 500. This is another one.
This is another one.
They keep bringing them out closer to the deadline. Closer and closer to the deadline, so you can't do any kind of impact. But
the point being is, if my mum gets exam papers and she has a deadline of 2 days to sign them all and get them back to the SQA, she doesn't go, oh, I can only look at 10 of them, or I can just grade them without looking at them. She sits up to fucking 5 a.m. and does them.
Well, it's slightly different.
No, it's not.
It is because your mum doesn't have to refer to legal experts to make sure that she's understanding the essay papers.
So if she gets something wrong, it affects one fucking kid.
But and the whole family in their generation as well, maybe. I don't think it's that difficult to get everyone. So all the SNP members are there. They get a copy. One of them fucking gets it to a lawyer. The rest of them fucking read it in a group. It's fucking simple. It's what you're paid to do. This is the biggest decision that our country stupidly made.
And you want it rushed through in 3 days?
No, I want you to fucking read it. I could read a 500-page book in a fucking day if I had to. No bother.
John. You're talking about...
He'd walk to Africa before he would read a book.
Is it on Audible?
No, but we're talking about a huge, complicated, complex legal document.
Can we also point out that it's the same legal document that's only got fucking something like, 12 changes to the fucking previous one that was put through? So if they bothered us...
The previous one was never released.
What? I do, but they've all got copies of these, though.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do, because this is how they were able to fucking comment on what was in it, Gary. They're all fucking sharing it around and getting it.
They're sitting watching it in Cody. Like a fucking Betamax Scud movie in high school.
It was an Audible. They put it on Audible. No, that's what's happening here. Is none of them are bothering. That's why Nicola Sturgeon knows what's in the deal before any of them was released, and that's why they're not willing to vote on it, because they know what's in it.
Right. See the way that happens. See when they get it, they get 50 interns to go, they 10 pages each, and flag up in you think's fucking and that's how they get their sound bites.
It's not an intern's job. That's the people that are paid and hired.
So you think the right thing to do would have been to pass it in 3 days, to go through it?
No, but there was politicians comfortably on air saying they weren't going to read it because it was too much effort. That was literally what they said.
But they had to be on the telly.
Aye. I mean, they were Labour MPs, but still.
What was behind the whole prorogue, the weeks off that they had off?
Mate, I shut off all of that.
But yet you're still shouting.
No, my point's only about not reading the fucking document.
No, it's politically sensible.
So there should be time. There should be time enough to read it.
I think 3 days is.
Aye, it might be, but you're not going to do as good a job as if you had a set amount of time to do it. John, see this week, you've Audible 2 free plugs. You've back Nicola Sturgeon. You're reading books and fucking like you're speed reading. This is your Forrest Gump episode.
You barely read the things that we put into the chat for you to read.
That's because I'm too busy reading a fucking 600-page ATM fucking document now. Excuse me if I can't be arsed reading outside the work, Gary.
Excuse me.
And that's just the switches that you've done in block.
By the way, that
John obviously meant for his work, not of his own spending habits.
Yeah.
That's a 900-page document.
Oh, don't. That one's coming. Don't worry.
How's the legal text of your appeal against the...
you've got fucking riled, man.
Aye. No. Have
you paid it?
It's been paid.
Coward.
Yeah, I gave... Oh, in fact, we've not talked about this in the podcast, have we not?
No.
What?
It was... we were just talking in the group chat.
Update last week.
Aye. The update...
We've had no update since the
update. Apart from the fact you've paid it.
Same thing. Can't prove it was my Reggie plate. They can't prove it wasn't.
Yeah, you still park there every day.
Yeah. In simple terms, the lawyer I spoke to said, for less hassle for getting a mortgage and a credit rating, pay it, because it will go to small claims court.
So everybody listen to this, try and take out a credit card in John's name.
Oh. Also, the myth about they won't take you small claims is literally a myth. They will do it.
There's your coffee, mate.
That's not how you pronounce it.
I'm flabbergasted. I don't know what to say.
Shit, it's lucky you're not a coffee drinker. Oh, right. Ask me what I did this week, Gary.
What did you do this week, Christopher?
I took my fabulous children and my wife and I to the Titanic Museum on Saturday.
Were you in Belfast?
Yes. I did spend some time in the Falls Road.
Did you go to Stormont?
About some fundraising.
Go see Arlene?
No, she was unavailable. I think she had a placard outside an abortion clinic.
Botanical Gardens?
No.
Very nice, mate. You missed out.
Right. Stay in a line. We'll do a day trip to the Titanic Museum. Family of 4, 85 quid. That's everything. That's your ferry, your coach to the Titanic Museum, 3 or 4 hours in there, your coach back, your ferry back. It was a long journey, but a fucking brilliant time.
How long does the ferry take?
I would say about just over 2 hours.
That's not too bad.
But you're 2 hours drive to Conroy.
I like a boat journey. I'm a fan of boats.
It was a super well equipped super fast 8. Super fast 7 brought us back. They obviously had enough of letting the general public name stuff. Couple observations about Belfast. Very Calvinistic society, very Spartan. Like, you couldn't get in to eat after 4 o'clock.
Full of Presbyterians.
Like, my wife and I, when she has to eat, she has to eat. And when she decided she wanted chips, maybe about 4:45.
So you're saying there's a lack of chips in Belfast?
Yes. The famine is most definitely not over after 4 o'clock. So we went to the cafeteria and the museum.
How did it go down?
It's cold, Gary.
They had fuck all. It says kitchen closes at 4. So the place is still open to 5:30, 6. They'd shut the fucking thing at 4
so this was just in the museum?
Aye.
I was like, that is not my experience of Belfast at all.
Went across the road where there was like a pub. No, we stopped serving at 4 o'clock. Went into another wee sort of bar bistro. No, we stopped serving at 4 o'clock. Like that, fucking hell, no waste here, is there? So the other observation I've got about the Titanic Museum is high tech and expensive and as well researched as it is. Somebody needs to tell them it fucking sank. If I heard the fucking phrase master craftsman once, I heard it 14 times. Riveters, draftsmen, engineers, thousands of them.
Men with a trade.
The fucking thing sank.
Through shoddy workmanship.
Well, cheaper steel. There is a theory as well that there was a fire when they left.
Can you survive a iceberg? Would an iceberg wipe out any material that currently is on a ship?
Depends how hard it hit it.
The problem is, if I understand, about how many tanks. So because the gash ran so far along, it hit multiple tanks.
Yeah.
And if only 1 or 2 had been damaged, it would have been absolutely fine.
There is a theory that there was a fire in the hold when they were at sea. So the metal had been weakened as well, but that's fucking...
There's also all that stuff about whether that was the Titanic and not the sister ship, because the Titanic wasn't built on time.
The Olympic.
Or whether they just used the wrong cutlery
refer
or
to
something.
those conspiracy guys podcast.
So what they did have, like it's really well, really well sort of laid out as a great fucking value. 85 quid. You fucking spend that at the cinema. You can see the actual sort of runoff where...
That's because your pick and mix habits are terrible, though.
Fucking... They've got a ship that was the Tender, the Nomadic, when it went to France, when it went to Cherbourg. The Titanic was too big to get into the port, so this was the wee boat that ferried the passengers from the coast onto the death ship. More like shite-tanic. Oh, why did I only think of that now? If anybody goes, please say that when you're on the cable cars. More like shite-tanic. But my wee boy Charlie's obsessed with the thing. It was a school topic that, you know, he just kept going with, kept going with.
Man, are they still using that as a school topic? There's a million more interesting things.
Name a million.
A million.
Go, Gary, we'll listen.
Cats.
Wrong. See, you've already got it wrong.
Do you know there was actually 19 cats died on the Titanic?
Not when it sank, just they killed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it died. Just made that up, mate. It was well worth going to see. The Nomadic was quite good because it was in good nick and you could go on it. What I didn't realise was the Game of Thrones studio was right across the road from it.
Mm-hmm. You hadn't left enough time?
No, if I was doing it again, I think that it was really, really busy. There's quite a few emotional bits in it where they were doing the sort of last Morse code messages between the what was the other one?
The other ship.
Carpathia, the Olympic were the ones that were meant to, or the Californian, something like that. But the SOS Maydays was quite emotional.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I get, do you know what kind of but I had to take Charlie for a shite at that point, but she said she was quite emotional. The dive stuff, it's worth a look. See, for that value, if you've got a couple of kids, it's a cracking time wasting fucking journey. They're kept busy, taking off pieces, fucking that'll start back up in the summer again. Am I eager to do it again next week? Am I fuck? Am I glad I did it? Yes.
How many stars out of 5 would you give?
3.8, and they're all white stars.
Hey. Doing anything this week, John?
What is this week? Glitterbox on Saturday, that's it.
Glitterbox.
SWG3's Halloween event.
Were you dressing up as?
I'm not.
Oh.
Gone as me. And I'm ditching Sober October. Because I've done 6 weeks.
Could you be any more John Walker?
I've done 6 weeks. Fuck it. I'm out.
You're not dressing up. You're going to get some stick up. Mate, I agree with it. I don't like dressing up. But you're going to get some stick off for people.
I'm alright with it.
John Walker doesn't care.
It's too cool for dressing up.
I've dressed up before.
Why don't you go as right? Hear me out.
Ralph Fenton.
Why don't you go as the women's 800 metres champion?
That's now my response to anyone who asks who I'm dressed as.
Fair enough. You just need a bit of paper with like a
My
number.
competitive number.
Yeah.
I seen Joker on Sunday.
Not seen it yet.
Well, cool, we'll do that in
Why
the Patreon.
are you always going to see comic book movies, Chris?
It's about mental health, mate.
So that's in the Patreon. We're going to discuss that now.
Okay. So what are you doing this week?
None.
Just
I was
calling your chat.
I was just trying to edge us towards the end. Go to trampleback.com. You can all the information.
We have a website.
We have a website.
Since when?
There's a page about you on it.
What? Why? Who would even look at that?
The ladies of the world.
You can get John at his Twitter handle at LobsterTube.
Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week. So now I'm going to... Right, okay.
Right, so press that off.
Right.